The independents at the centre of the election deadlock have been meeting in Canberra tonight, and they'll talk to the Prime Minister and the opposition leader tomorrow. The coalition's chances of doing a deal with the independents may have improved slightly. The ABC's election analyst has called a loss for Labor in the Tasmanian seat of Denison, with the seat going to an independent. Of the three remaining undecided seats, the Liberals are ahead of the ALP in 2. That would give the coalition 73 to Labor's 72, with 1 Green and 4 independents. Stephanie Kennedy reports from Canberra.
It was a meeting of old friends.
Evening all.
The three independents who will decide who'll form the next government met face to face for the first time since the election.
So we're going to have a good hearty meeting and more than likely continue tomorrow morning.
And they're in no hurry.
We don't want to rush this process. It's a critical process.
Wearing his trademark hat, the man known as the Mad Catter is still angry over the way the bush was treated by the coalition.
I'm not making any presumptive statements one way or the other. I mean, Tony's mob were in there for 12 years. At the end of the 12 years, there was a farmer committing suicide every 4 days in this country. You know, if they were good for the bush, I'm a Martian astronaut.
And he has some scores to settle with the Nationals leader Warren Truss.
Warren Truss says that he wants you and him to forgive and forget and be best buddies. Can you see that happening?
Should have thought of that before he shot his mouth off the other night, shouldn't he? He's obviously had his backside well and truly kicked.
Given the history, the Nationals leaders have been benched from the negotiations.
Over the years there's been a bit of bad blood between different individuals, but the fact is we all want to see a stable, effective and competent government emerge.
There's no bad blood with the Liberal deputy. She had an informal chat with the independents. They're pushing for parliamentary reform, and Mr Abbott, who was once the coalition's parliamentary attack dog,
what a fraud! What a phony! What a complete fake!
Is morphing into a puppy dog.
I think we can have a kinder, gentler polity. I think we can be a more collegial polity than we've been. I think that the spirit of Parliament has been needlessly confrontational, especially over the last 3 years.
In the corridors of power, the crossbenchers crossed paths. As Rob Oakeshott raised the prospect of a unity cabinet, where Labor and coalition MPs serve together in government.
At least explore some of the multi-party options that could form an executive and get us beyond 76, which is a very tricky figure for the next 3 years. That is one by-election away from trouble.
I'm a very magnanimous man, but that might be going a little too far.
Not going too far, offering the independents ministerial positions as part of the negotiations.
No, I'm not interested.
I'm not in the business of being conned. I might look like a mug, but...
I'd be interested in having a conversation, but only if it's not about red team or blue team, it's about Parliament and about the future of this nation.
Back in his electorate, the voters have their own interests in mind when it comes to which side their federal MP should back.
Preference to Labor because we need the national broadband.
Not Labor. That's all I've got to say about it.
Probably, in my view, Labor.
Counting continues in the undecided seats. The ABC is calling Denison for the independent Andrew Wilkie, so the gang of 3 will soon become a gang of 4.
Yeah, if you can just give us a bit of time to try and work this out. I think there's goodwill in the room and there's goodwill elsewhere as well. So I think there's goodwill with the population.
But the electorate's goodwill won't last long if the negotiations drag on. Stephanie Kennedy, Lateline.